Hello, it's your friend Pam Morin, Creative Memories Advisor. I'm so glad to be here with you guys tonight. I missed you last week. I was getting ready for my scrapbooking weekend, my retreat, and was just trying to set up for that. And there was a lot to get done that night. So I was not able to jump on here with you last week. So let's get caught up and let's get spotlighting our tool for April. We missed last week, but the tool spotlight for April is the Border Maker system. It is one of my favorite tools. I love making borders with this system. It is easy to transport to crops. I had it with me at my retreat this past weekend, and it's even easier now with the latest tool, um, the latest rainbow organizer. You have this great case that you can put your Border Maker system in. It has trays, 2 trays that comes with it, and they have slots to fit all of your tools, all of your Border Maker pieces, including the punch portion of the tool. So that fits over here in this little slot. And then the paper holder fits at the top here. And it all is nice and tight and secure in this tray. You have plenty of room for Border Maker cartridges, and you can even use this in your scrapping space to organize. I don't want to lift it up too far because I don't want these all to fall out. But they are in there nice and tight. But those are the trays. And like I was saying, you could use this in your scrapbooking space to organize your Border Maker system as well. If you don't have any shelves, this is a great tool because these trays, let me get the other one. This is the tray that goes on top of this one. But these trays just come out of the case. And so you could organize these in your space just with these trays. There are 15 spots in this top tray. And I'll just show you. They just pop right in. They have a little space, a little notch, and they just pop right in. Sorry, it seems like, excuse me. Excuse me. The last couple times I've been on, I had to sneeze as soon as I get on. Okay. So they pop right in this tray. So they're great for organizing in your scrapping space and for taking with you to crops. So 15 cartridges fit in this top tray. And then in the bottom tray, like I was showing you, the paper holder, this piece of the tool fits at the top. Let me just snap these in. And the punching mechanism that you put the cartridge in fits in this little slot over here. Okay, so this is the other tray. So you get both of these trays, and this one fits 17 cartridges in this one. So that's so many cartridges that you can take with you to your crops and store nicely in your scrapping space. So this is the latest tool. I'm sorry, the latest storage pod. It's called the Rainbow. Let me get the right name here. I want to give you the right information. Jump back over to my website. Just search on Border Maker System and it will pop up. The storage is called Rainbow Dots Border Maker Organizer. And like I said, it fits you get 2 trays. Now, for my weekend, I did not need to take that many cartridges with me. So I just used the bottom tray. I filled it with the pieces that I needed, the tool, the paper holder, and the punching mechanism, and some cartridges. And then on the top of that, I put my 12-inch trimmer. And I'm going to switch around to highlight my table so you can see it now. There we go. So let me just scoot it over here this way. So in the bottom is the tray with my paper holder and the punching mechanism. And then I can fill this all with cartridges. And then I put my trimmer and a bunch of other tools in this organizer as well to take with me to my crop. So this was a great organizer to fit all of your tools that you need. It's a great one too for if you're going to an afternoon or an all-day crop or an afternoon crop. You know, if you don't need to take both trays full of cartridges, then it's a great way to take all of your other tools in the same organizer as your Boardermaker system. And see, this just fits right in there. Oh my goodness. Okay, please hold on. It says my battery is running low on my laptop, but it's plugged in. Please hold on. There we go. Just setting up from everything back up in my scrapbooking space after returning from the retreat. My plug wasn't all the way into my laptop. Okay, so great organizer tool for your Boardermaker cartridge system. So just keep that in mind this month as we highlight the Boardermaker system. All right. All right, lots of moving around there, but thank you. Just wanted to make sure to show that organizer to you guys. And I'm going to jump over and say hi. I see some ladies. Hello, Janice. How are you? Hello, Gail. Great to see you guys. I'm glad you're here. All right, so I'm just going to leave it on my table because we'll just go right into our project for tonight. So I just put my pieces over here. Okay, I had my tool all packed up. And thank you, Janice, for saying God bless you for my sneeze. I appreciate that. All right. So tonight I am going to use the mirrored scallop chain. This is one of my favorite borders for the Boardermaker cartridge. And let me hold that up so I can just highlight that one. It's a really fun border, and this is what it looks like. I'm going to lay it on this white piece of paper here. This is what the border looks like. And it's got a nice little solid area in the center of the two fun scallops on each side. So it's easy to lay another piece of paper, maybe a different color along there to decorate. It's a nice space for decorating or even having a small title or something like that. So the mirrored scallop, one of my favorites. That's the one we're going to punch out tonight. And we're going to use the riveting paper tonight to make our layout. So let's talk about how to use the Boardermaker cartridge system. You are going to put the cartridge right here and snap it into this punching mechanism. And then to take that cartridge out, there's a button on the back. You just push that and it'll slide right out. So it makes it really easy to exchange cartridges when you're ready to use a different pattern border. Okay, I did punch these out already. I have 2 of them, but I'm going to need 2 more because I'm doing a 2-page layout. So let's get 2 more of these punched out. I am going to use this cute paper. Oh, the sticker border that I'm using is stuck Oh, well, it happens, right? It happens. Let me get this sticker off of here. That's the beautiful thing about our multi-purpose tool. If you accidentally stick something down, this tool is fantastic for pulling it back up. I am using this paper that looks like I guess it's a schematic. I don't know if I'm using the right term for that, but I love this. It's got, a design of a layout of a house. So riveting collection is all about do-it-yourself projects. And so this is the piece that I decided to use, was this blue with this schematic on it. And then the other designer piece that I pulled out of the riveting is this one that looks like a scratched up surface, like a metal scratched up surface is what it looks like to me. It's got a bunch of different scratches in it, but I just thought that it went really well with this schematic. It really pulls out those colors. So I'm going to use this for the scalloped border. And then we're going to use our border stickers. We're going to use the paint brush. I love this border from riveting, this paintbrush border. Okay. And we're also going to have another layer. So we're doing a 3-layer border. We're going to use the white shimmer paper underneath that. Okay. I felt like when I punched these out and laid them down, they kind of got lost. So I needed something to bring it out. So that's why I decided to add in something underneath it, another layer to bring it out. And I thought of the shimmer because since this is riveting and it's home improvement, shimmer reminds me of nails, screws and nails and all of that shimmer. So I thought that would look really cool. All right. So I did I did cut out a 1.5-inch strip, and I used my scallop blade in my trimmer, my decorative blade. And if you haven't seen yet, there are 2 new blades. I'm not using them tonight. Tonight I'm using the scallop, but there are 2 new blades for your 12-inch trimmer, pinking and begins with a C. What is the other new blade? I'm going to find out. Colonial, I believe is what it is. Pinking and Colonial are 2 new blades that came out last week. Yes, Pinking and Colonial. So check those out because they are really cute. But tonight I wanted to use the scallop because it is the same pattern as my border that I cut out, the mirrored scallop. So I thought those would look cute together. All right, so this is what my plan is. I'm going to assemble this one, and then we'll start from scratch by punching out the other side for my 2-page layout. So I have this 1.5-inch strip that I cut with the scallop blade, 1.5 inches. Okay. And then my 2 scallop borders from the Border Maker cartridge. And remember, this is the mirrored scallop chain. Okay, it looks like that. And a chain means that when you punch it out, it's going to punch completely independent of your paper. It's not going to punch on the edge of your paper. It's going to punch completely off of your paper and give you a border like this. Okay. So I'm going to get my repositionable because this is the best adhesive to use for smaller pieces and pieces with a lot of open spaces, because this is little dots, and it's going to put the adhesive all over your paper, including the narrow spots. And I'm going to use my silicone mat so that it doesn't stick to my cutting mat. And I can just run this repositionable adhesive all along the back of there, and it's put adhesive all over every little piece, the small areas, the scalloped areas, and the center. It put it all over the place. Versus using regular adhesive, which are little strips. And let me see if I can hold it up so you can see the little strips. I don't know if that's real easy to see or not, but they are little strips. Let me pull one off here. They're little rectangles, just like that. And so trying to get those little strips on a narrow piece like this would be very difficult versus dots of adhesive that you can just run along the piece and it's going to put it all over that piece, narrows and wider pieces. And just a little, I guess, demo of our adhesives. We also have this adhesive that is a narrow strip. Now you could put this narrow strip, see it's a vertical strip. These are horizontal when you put on this. And so it's narrow, this one for narrow pieces as well. So I could take this one and go straight down the center of this since I've got that solid piece in between the scallops to adhere this one. So lots of options. We also have vellum adhesive and we have our foam tape and our photo tape as well. So lots of varieties and we have to have the right tool for projects. All right. So there we go. So now I'm going to just do the same thing on this other border. And it's called repositionable. You can move it. It is little dots, so you back up. But once you leave it in place, permanent, it's not going to fall off ever. It's never going to, it doesn't fall off after so many years because it's gotten old and it's going to stay on your projects forever. It does become so I'm just going to eyeball it and just try and get the same width down the edge of this. I think I have it's a little bit crooked there, so I can pull it back up like we were just talking about. There we go. Okay, I'm going to take my other one and I'm going to layer it on top, and I'm going to line it up edge here, right at the straight edge of my scallop, of the inside of that scalloped piece. I'm going to line up so that I can just see, make sure I'm on the edge. So I'm just kind of lining up the inside part of this, and I'll hold this up here for you to see. There we go. And it looks pretty, just like this. I like it. All right, so now I'm going to take that sticker, and I hadn't decided yet. You guys know I love foam squares. I thought maybe we could plop this guy up on some foam squares, and I think we will. Let me grab my bag of foam squares. It is not, unless you have something on some foam squares. This is my thing that I have to every layout. Maybe you guys have that feed out. I'd love to hear what yours is. If you put it in the comments, what do you like to have on every layout? What do you feel like it's not a layout unless I have this. We would love for you to share that with us, what it is for you. All right. Foam squares are lots of fun. Now, I know, Marion, you're saying, why aren't you using I could have used foam tape. It is one big long piece of foam you can cut into different sizes, and I could have used one big piece for this. Maybe I will do this for the second one that we do so that you guys can see how the difference between the foam tape and the foam squares. I do like to use the foam tape. I suggested, she said, but what about the foam tape? And then I said, I started using it, and I do love it because it does give your piece that you're adhering down, it gives even lift up off your paper so that no part of your paper is waving and dipping. I do like it for that. I agree, Marion, you are correct. All right, so let's see what we've got here. So I think I start at the edge of the brush here and go down. Yeah. So let's get them up here, right about there. I just thought the scallop, the mirrored scallop border, looked like paint strokes. So I thought this border, this paint border, would look fun in the center of the scallop because it all looks like paint strokes. So fun. I love it. And then we're going to put that guy right down on our schematic paper. Very cute. All right. So this one, to adhere this down, I am going to use my photo tape. Now this one is the same concept as your foam tape. It's one big roll of adhesive, and I love to use it for bigger pieces so that it's laying nice and flat on my paper. And I'm going to put this border right at the bottom. I'm going to line up right up on the edge because I want to get as many pictures on this as I can. So, and I'm going to use some of our mats from the mat pack. So I'm going to line that scallop up right at the edge. All right. And there we go. All right, let's start from the beginning. Let's do another 2 of the borders, the scalloped, mirrored scalloped borders. So we put our cartridge in the holder. We put our paper in the paper holder, and you're going to fold this tray out that is underneath it, and it snaps in so that it's stable. You lift up this arm right here, and you slide your paper under that arm. Then you put the arm down so it's holding your paper still for you, and you fold that tray back under. So now your paper is sticking out far enough for you to punch it, and it's being held still by this arm. So you're going to take the punching mechanism, and you're going to line up the notch on the front with the notch on the arm. So all down this arm, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 notches all the way down this arm. And that's where you're going to make your 6 punches, is down your paper. You're also going to feel these 2 little knobs, these little metal knobs. They are going to lock in these notches underneath here. So it won't move. It's not going to accidentally slip while you're punching. So just put your paper in the slot right here above these two notches. There's a slot for your paper. Slide your paper in there. Line up the notches on your punching mechanism and your arm. You're going to feel it lock in. It's locked in. And slide it down. It's very easy. If you ever are sliding it down and you feel it get caught, just slide it off. It is intricate cuts, so the paper can get caught up in there. All right, let's get these bits and pieces out of the way here. And we're going to do that again one more time. So we're going to flip the tray up, lift the arm up, slide the paper in. Make sure it's right up against that edge so that it's nice and straight. Put the arm down, flip the tray back under and lock it up, lock it back in. Slide the paper in this slot right here. Line up your notches and punch. This system will work with designer paper and it will work with cardstock. We have 60-pound cardstock, so it does work with our cardstock. I do not recommend you use glitter paper in these cartridges. That will eventually gum it up and they won't be able to punch anymore. Okay, so we're done with the border maker system. Now let's cut our scalloped layer, the bottom layer of our border, with our scallop blade. And these blades are so fun, these decorative blades, and they're so easy to interchange. You just lift this lid and slip your blade in. Now, what I have learned, and it's taken me a while, be aware of which, for this type of a cut, a scallop cut, be aware of which way your blade is facing. So which way are your scallops facing? So I put the side that has the title of the blade facing to the left so that I know my scallops, the top arch of my scallop is facing to the right. Okay, so when I go to make my cut, I want my arches to be facing out and not facing in. So you can see the difference between the last cut I made for the previous border. Those are punching in. Those are curving in. And this one is curving out. Okay. So just want you to be aware of which way your blade is facing. So now if I would move this over to 1.5 inch and make my cut, I'm pretty sure since my curves are facing to the right, I'm going to have, it's going to cut like this. And on this side of my border, it would look like this. My curves would be going in. So what I want to do is I want to flip my paper around. And I'm going to measure it this way to 1.5 inches. And then I'm going to make my cut so that because my curves are facing to the right, the height of the curve, I need to turn my paper so that each side, the curve is facing out and not the down part of the curve facing in. Okay. I hope that makes sense. Just be aware of which way your curve is facing and then think about how is it going to cut on my paper. And I mean, this is a great look too. You can use the inward curve or the outward curve of your scallop in your layouts. All right. So I'm going to be sure and put my straight blade back in because I don't know how many times I have left a decorative blade in and forgot and then cut with a decorative blade when I did not mean to. And you know that all of your blades store nicely on the back of your trimmer. So when you are on your way to a crop, you have them all here. They snap in so they're not going to fall out. And you don't have to worry about trying to pack them and losing them because they're small. They're going to fit right in the back here. And I need to add 2 more, the pinking and the colonial. I haven't added mine yet. All right. So here we go. We have the scallop border now, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to glue that down. I'm sorry, we're going to adhere it down. I say glue. I don't want to say glue. We don't use glue. All right. We're going to adhere it down with our adhesive. Again, I'm going to use the repositionable adhesive, the little dots. It's going to get it all over. And I'm going to use my silicone mat so it's not stuck to my table or to my cutting mat, which I like to work on. Same thing. Second time. And then I'm just going to line it up so those the inside curve there of that scallop, the empty space there is lined up. It's scallop to scallop. There we go. And I'm going to grab my stickers here. Where are my stickers? Already my table. My table is a mess. All right. Here are my stickers, my border stickers that come in the riveting collection. All right, now I'm going to use I'm going to use a little bit of the powder on the back here just to get some of the adhesive off. You can use any kind of powder. Baking soda, I think people have used. I don't know that you should use talcum powder. I don't think that's good, but I can't remember. This is a pouch that I got from Close to My Heart. So this is what I use. Just take some of the adhesive off so it doesn't, so it's easier to put your foam squares or your foam tape on the back of it. It doesn't stick down where you don't want it to stick down. But with the foam tape, there's less risk of that. Now, I think this is going to be wide enough, but let's see. I don't know. I think I can use the foam tape. Okay, I believe so. So let me just get my piece cut first. Looks about right there. Okay, so it's great. Oh, it's great for, I love that I can make any size that I want. You know, it's great to have that flexibility to make smaller ones or larger ones. Okay, so we're just going to stick this down on the back of the sticker now. And if I cut too short, I can always cut another piece. I think we're okay. There we go. So now we've got this, a nice solid lift to this long piece. And we can put that right down there on the center of our border. If you want to just peel back a small area while you line this up so you don't accidentally stick down before you're ready, or stick it down where you don't want it. Okay. And then just gently pull it. And just be sure as you're pulling it, you're holding on to your piece that you're adhering down because it will shift as you're pulling it. So make sure you keep lining it up where you want that. All right, there we go. Nice solid lift for that. Sometimes if you use the foam squares on the bigger pieces, you're going to get kind of a wavy because it's going to dip down where you didn't put foam squares. So that's why the foam tape is good. You're going to get a nice solid lift and not dip down anywhere. All right, very good. So we have our second border. Let me just finish up with decorating with our photo mats. You know, I love to use these on my layouts. It just makes it easy. It has some fun sayings. So you get a little decoration. You get some photo mats you can lay your pictures on, like they have solid colors. So there's a nice solid color for a photo mat. Just some fun. And then also take your die cuts. So this collection has some really cute die cuts. These little adhesive buttons that look like screws. They have all different screw head types like Phillips and the bolts and all that fun stuff. And lots of before and after sayings. Demo day. They've got some journaling boxes, which I'm going to grab this one. I think I want to use that one for this layout. We've got some spilled paint. We've got a shed, everything do it yourself. Toolboxes, paints, hard hats, tool belts, and some fun little corners that look like T-square or whatever this type of ruler is. Fun little corners, photo corners, little workbench, all this fun stuff. So lots of fun die cuts in this collection and also stickers, really cute stickers. So lots of ways to decorate your photo mats, right? So let's get a couple of these down and then we'll decorate them. Let's do it. All right. So I like this green. I'm going to keep the green over here, and then maybe I can bring in some green on the other side as well. So we'll put these two green ones here. This one just blends in too much because it's the same color as the paper. So I'm not going to use that one. That one. We do have a white, so that would look good. That would bring out the silver that we used at the bottom. Fun little boards, particle board type looking. Something like that. It's coming together. It's coming together. Maybe that one on the other side and then wood. Okay. So there we go. 3 photo mats and journaling. Let's switch this around though, because I want this to stand out so I can see the wood color. So there we go. 3 photo mats. Let's get that down. Oh. These are a great size for your 4x6 pictures. Lots of great colors, lots of great designs. That's so pretty on the back side. That looks cool. Kind of little spots and stuff on it. Looks like a toolbox that has been a very used and loved toolbox. Okay. And then we're going to put our journaling box over here. We could put this up on foam squares. We're just going to leave it like this for now. All right, let's grab those fun buttons. call them buttons because they are not raised. So they're not going to dent any of your layouts that are on front or behind this one, right? It's not going to cause a dent in your layouts. Let's use some of these silver ones here to decorate our mats. Something. Do in the corners, a couple in the corners. And then let's grab our die cuts again and put some of these fun die cuts on here. I think we're going to need the blue. I mean, we have the blue border, so I think we need the blue paint can. And let's bring some red in. Let's bring some red in, maybe somewhere here. Okay. And yes, I'm going to grab my foam squares for sure. Here they are. Bring this paint up 3D. So remember, this weekend is the virtual crop. It's the April virtual crop, and it's my Friday night virtual crop. Friday, 6:30 to 10. We are going to get on Zoom, and we are going to make the sketches from the Creative Memories virtual crop. So join us. We have a blast. We usually can get through at least 3 of the sketches. It just depends on the complexity of the sketch and the awakeness of the people making the sketch. But we have a blast, and you don't have to make the sketches. You can come and watch, or you can work on your own projects. But what's fun is you get to do it from your scrapping space. So you have everything right there. You didn't have to pack up and go anywhere. And you have ladies to talk to while you're scrapping. That's what's great. All right. I liked those photo corners. Let's see if any of those look good. And then I think we'll call it. If you need the registration information, there is no cost for my Friday night virtual crops. It is free. But if you need to register, because you do have to register in order to get the Zoom meeting link. So if you need the Zoom information, just register the first time, or if you've come before and you can't find your Zoom information, just register again. No worries. And you'll be emailed the meeting information. Just hold on to that, and it's the same for all of them. So if you want to save it in a bookmark, we have a blast, and the ladies are so fun, and they're always ready to welcome new friends to the group. So come join us. You can come for the whole time, or if you want to just come check it out and say hi, you can come for part of the time. Totally up to you. All right. So there we go. The left side of our page our 2-page layout is done. Let me just piece this together. We won't glue it. We won't adhere it down tonight. But just so you can get an idea of what the finished layout is going to look like. This is such a fun collection to work with. My husband is very much a do-it-yourself remodeling person, although he, he wants to be finished doing that. He's remodeled enough in his life that he's ready to be done, so we are trying to finish up the house and before he retires, so alright. This winter, we worked on our stairs. We redid our stairs, so he's finishing that up. Okay, so I was gonna use this little sign here. And something like that, just to go along with the same colors as on the other side to bring them in. I think this is what I want, but let me just flip through these again. I think we're good. There's also this wood. There's several different options for the wood. Something like this. And then on this side, maybe we can use another die cut. We could use the ladder, something like this, or even better, we could fit another picture there at the top. We can cut one of these in half. Some of these have 2 on them, so you can cut them in half. I've got room right up there. Since I have my journaling on the other side, let's just quickly put in another picture here at the top. Cut this in half. There we go. Okay, let me get the ladder. Do some kind of decorating in here as well. And there we go. How fun. All right. Let me just say hi. Hello, Marion. Good to see you. Is that how you escape helping friends with painting? You're so funny. Much easier to peel away. Yes, it is. I agree. Great tip on the scallop blade. Thank you. And then hello, ladies. Can't wait for Friday night. Me too. Looks great. Thanks, Gail. We'll try to make it for a little while. Good. I hope to see you Friday night. Thank you all. And I think I see somebody from California at the top. Let me scroll up here. I believe I see my girl Crystal from Cali. Yes, I do. Sue Ellen, hello. It's great to see you guys. I'm excited to see you all on Friday and catch up and make some sketches together. So, and I think there is a promo coming up this week that is going to start tomorrow, maybe at noon, in honor of the virtual crop this weekend, the Creative Memories virtual crop. So so keep your eye out for that promo. I don't know what it is. I know that Noreen announced it earlier tonight on her Go Live, but I wasn't able to watch that. So I don't know what that promo is. So keep your eye out for that. Okay, I think that's it. I will see you all on Friday night for my virtual crop. And you guys have a great rest of your evening and a great rest of your week. And we will crop till we drop on Friday night. Good night.